good evening. Happy Saturday. A special thought prayer if you are in ordained ministry or about to enter it and you have been visiting the place where, God willing, and for Methodists, conference willing, you might be serving. So just think about those people and their families, if they have families. It's a big thing, as well as the churches and circuits saying goodbye, preparing to say goodbye, preparing to say hello. Hello, Peter. Hello, Joyce. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Gisela. Hello, everyone in Germany. Hello, Nigel. So I had an email. I had an email from the Witchfinder General. And so I'd like to share with you some music from Ecclesia. So let's just take a moment after the day we've had, however busy or quiet it has been, just to enjoy some sacred music before we gather, before we do anything else. It's a shame that Catherine's not here, not being the biggest metal fan, or metal fan at all, and always craving something quiet, because she generally would have enjoyed this, but never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Ecclesia.
As moon rises, the sun slips sight, begins the ritual of this night, for those convinced their path is right. Gathered from north, south, east and west, yet called at another's behest, those treading the path that is left. near and far, come as you are to this place and embrace this space as darker hue embraces you. Of water, spirit, earth and fire, confessing the sins of empire, we come with our wounds and desire. Sensing that we are not alone, drawn to the flame that guides us home, for here you, me and yet to be. Importance and signs of these times, for the sake of all those maligned, is yet the home of the divine.
No, Metal Methodists, I've been expecting you. Bye, Cat. Hello, Mother. Hello, Tim. Yeah, all right. Don't sit on the inlay notes of my vinyl. Seriously, if you eat that vinyl, you'll be being a pair of gloves. No one heard that, did they? No. Good. Hello. No, seriously, of all the off the vinyl. Seriously, dude. How are we? I hope from this day, whatever is involved for you, there's been a choose and tack moment, a moment that has lifted your spirits, given you hope, given you joy, taken you outside of yourself, put you back actually in touch with who you really are, particularly in God, or the divine, or the other, whatever spiritual language works for you. Something that's made you feel alive today, despite all the stuff that's going on. I'd love to know what those things are. And if you would like to share, please do. That thing from today, or maybe several things that have made you say not just one thank you, but 1,000 thank yous, and made you say it in Old Norse, Tusentak, and just want to be a Viking. I mean, I am so enjoying this final series of Vikings. I've been working out today that I can part my beard in 3 ways. That if I I might work on that tonight whilst watching another episode of Vikings. But what today has made you feel alive with the wind in your hair and flapping through your hose, or whatever it is, and made you say choose and tack? Please do share those moments from today. Mine has been meeting a potential new colleague, and that has been an awesome experience. And also, in the middle of all of that, managing to go to the shop, the snow had melted enough to get the car off the drive and to buy some deep heat pants and some paracetamol. So I'm now recreating that scene from One Foot in the Grave, a UK comedy show from the BBC, with a very grumpy character called Victor Meldrew, whose catchphrase was, "Hey dude, believe it!" But there was one episode where he'd used some TCP for an injury he got, and TCP honks. And so everyone's going, "Has somebody been using TCP?" And then he got a phone call. He picked it up and was going, "Hello, yes, I've been using TCP." Well, I'm having that experience with deep heat. Yes, I've been using deep heat. Anyway, choose and tack for a less hurty back. Choose and tack, less hurty back. Let's hear what you said when I said choose and tack. That's a very good question, Peter. Did Vikings have friendly mutton chops? I don't know. I'm sure they did. And if not, then they should have done, because they are an awesome piece of face furniture. And I am in envy of yours. Yeah. So yeah, Viking is a state of mind, not just face furniture. I've come to the conclusion. Yeah, and fundamentally, of course, Vikings were farmers, weren't they? Despite the sort of place they've got in history as raiders and sort of, but yeah, farming folk just looking for land to settle, mainly by getting rid of the people that were there. But hey, you know, as we read in the Bible the other night, we focused on the crossing of the Jordan, but in that passage it also said that God would kind of move before them and get rid of the people, all the tribes that were already there. So, you know, actually, yeah, let's remember the Bible is a piece of historical literature as well, in all our humanity, all that we're good at and all that we do to hurt each other, including that done in, allegedly, the name of God. Which brings me back to Ecclesia. More about them later. But thank you for sharing your Tuesday Tech moments. Tuesday Tech from Nigel for doing nothing all day. Good on you. Well done, sir. That's fantastic. Oh, yes, and I forgot to mention the witch hazel news last night. I realised in a cold sweat at 2 o'clock this morning. So I shall try and remember that tonight. If I don't say witch hazel or that hazel or any form of hazel before we get to swaying, please shout at me through the interweb. Thank you. Tuesday Tech, I was going to say that as well. Yeah, Tuesday Tech for... Zooming with grandchildren, plus old friends. Cool, fantastic. Choose and chat from Joyce. Enjoying watching the squirrels and pigeons in the garden. And then a huge rat came in the garden. Ow, that reminds me of a song. With apologies to UB40. There's a rat in the garden, what am I gonna do? There's a rat in the garden, what am I gonna do? Oh dear. We got hedgehogs, that's cool. Yeah. Where the girls' house with their mum, they have a badger, or they did have in their old house, they had a fox that came every night and a badger. So a family of badgers that would come on the patio and go, got your food. I don't know if that's how badgers talk. I know I look like a badger with this, but, you know, how cool is that? Badgers on the doorstep. Wow. Exciting. Choose Attack, you received Witch Hazel's CD. That's fantastic, Gisela. So which album have you got? Is it Pentecost, Witch Hazel 3 Pentecost? Because if you are, for those who are, like me and many of us here, fans of Witch Hazel, not only can you buy direct from Colin and the band and their label, Bad Omen Records, at witchhazel.bandcamp.com, but I've noticed that on vinyl, the vinyl version of Witch Hazel 1 Prelude is available on flipping heck, available on vinyl. The Story of the Visitors. From our good friends Paul and Marcus, no other place than NordicMission.net. And I've lost my Nordic Mission banner. Where's it gone? Where has it gone? Where's my Nordic Mission gone? Long time writing it and I've lost it. Never mind. So NordicMission.net vinyl. It may still be available on Bandcamp, but I wonder if Paul and Marcus have kind of bought up some stock, because there's quite a bit of the vinyl tends to go out of stock really quickly, the earlier stuff. And if you are enjoying Witch Hazel, then stay with me for some audio and verbal delights from Witch Hazel, some news and some music. Music you might not have heard, actually. Special features. All in a deliberate attempt to get you to go and part with more cash for Witch Hazel, because they're amazing. Whoa. Noddy's in the house. Noddy and I studied religious studies together at the University of Lancaster. Church history. What else do we do? Church history. I can't remember what we did. I know you did the big stuff, and then you did your own A. You clever boy, you. So, in honour of New Testament, Old Testament studies and religious studies and theology in general, I declare that Mr. Noddy Elcock has had. Oh, it's gone. Mr. Noddy Elcock has won, has triggered the theology siren. Yep, in honour of Professor Paul Heelis, Linda Woodhead, Gavin Hyman, Paul Fletcher. This is a pen. Or is it just a pale reflection of the true spiritual nature of pen? He's gone to Birmingham now as well, Paul, suddenly of my accent, in a platonic reading of the underbelly of modernity and post-modernity. But Soren Kierkegaard, Siren Kierkegaard, and other theologians. Yeah. That wasn't the pen. Oh, the philosophy of religion joke. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, New Age, man. It was, yeah, New Age. Yeah. So you got Pentecost. That's awesome, Gisela. Well, stay tuned for some more Witch Hazel music from some earlier stuff tonight, but earlier and yet new at the same time in a weird Doctor Who kind of way. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Leslie. Thank you, Ari, for the poo. Same to you. Anyway, choose some tax. 1,000 thank yous in Old Norse because it's more Viking and more metal. What do we got? Sorry, I got carried away by seeing my good friend, old friend. Sorry, not old as in you're old because you're the same age as me, but you know what I mean. Person what I've known for a while. Yes. So choose some tax for the CD of that. Choose some tax from Tim. Quiet days at home with the family and looking forward to curry later. What are you getting? And has Joyce seen that rat recently? Ow! Sorry, that'll smite me, won't it? I've just been smited for that joke and my stupid sense of humour by my back twinge. That's a good name for a band. Please welcome to the stage, Back Twinge. Yeah. Not the Theology Siren, the Theology Soren. Oh, Tim, that's really good. Oh, Tim, that's really good. Yes, and it does function as a symbol of modernity and communication, as does the pen, if the pen was really there. Or is it just the essence of it? Is it just a reflection, a pale reflection of the true essence, the divine essence of pen in the metaphysical world? We don't know. We just don't know. We don't know. I'm back. There we go. I'm back in the room. But today also there's probably, maybe, hopefully not, but probably been some stuff that's been a bit rubbish. Stuff that makes you... 5,000 words by tea time. Stuff that's been a bit rubbish today, maybe, for us, or stuff that we regret, stuff that hurts, stuff that we've done that perhaps has hurt intentionally or otherwise other people. And maybe stuff that's just heavy for us, for those whom we love, people who've had and are living with unpleasant experiences and health conditions and awaiting results. So if we're carrying that, at least for just this evening together, we can lay some of that down by sharing in these words. Yes, when James finds them. Because he's forgotten to plug the lovely mouse that somebody sent him in again, hasn't he? Yes, he has. We'll lay it down now, shall we? Yes, okay.
The principalities and will to power, the worms from within my own darkest hour. I confess all the regrets and the regrets, the burdens and fears, the lament and the tears. I lay them down.
In Jesus, no matter how far away we feel God is, or we feel from God, comes out arms open wide to meet us and says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, even if you do not like iron laden, and I will give you rest." So reading, of course, reading from none other than the Metal Bible, whose banner I thankfully haven't accidentally deleted, like the Nordic Mission one. Romans chapter 6. Here we go. Verse 10. When Jesus died, he died once to break the powers of sin. But now that he lives for the glory of God. So you should also consider yourselves to be dead to the power of sin and alive to God through Jesus Christ. Through Jesus Christ. So in terms of that reading and considering questions from the Methodist way of life, a set of questions to share together as we kind of seek to be accountable and encourage each other, especially through these times. Wheezing a bit there. You can find out more at methodist.org.uk/Methodist way of life. A question related to that reading in terms of being dead to sin, alive to Christ. What are you learning now, but particularly in reference to perhaps learning and how we grow as people? You could talk about it in terms of growth in grace and holiness, but could talk about how are we learning and trying, usually perhaps through mistakes, to try and be our best selves, to be the best type of human being that we can be in terms of care for ourselves, others, and creation. So what and how are you learning now? How are you growing, I guess, as a person is the question. So, as I said, I had an email from the Witchfinder General in France, who very kindly said I could play some of the music by Ecclesia. Catherine's arrived and unfortunately missed the actual, genuinely all the way through, gentle piece of music from Ecclesia. So I'm going to play this. This is one of their kind of full songs. This is Monsieur. So, Monsignor. As in it's about the Knights Templar. Peter of Abelard. Peter Abelardian. Medieval kind of military monks with the Roman Catholic Church, particularly in France. A song by Iron Maiden, but this is not Iron Maiden. It is no relation to the song by Iron Maiden. This is Ecclesia and Montaigu. Hello, Andy Thomas, Senior. Big love to you, and big thanks to you and to all in the NHS, especially at the moment, but as always, even more this year, but yeah, and right now. So yeah, thanks for sharing the ways in which we feel we are learning and growing. Cheers, Noddy. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was me replying to you about getting Peter the Hermit, St. Bernard of Clairvaux, who was linked to the Templars, and Abelard. Completely wrapped around my head. Sorry, I need to go back to Theology 101 with Dr. Paul Fletcher, who's probably now Professor Fletcher, I assume. But this is what I wanted to share. Thank you, Noddy. Yeah, learning and growing, perhaps understanding ourselves a bit better, but turning inward into our kind of inner life in order to preserve our mental health, particularly at these times. Yeah. And I hope with, obviously, depending on people's political persuasions, but hopefully for friends stateside, the dawn of a new era, which notwithstanding COVID-19, but at least some things maybe hope in some ways, well, in a postmodern question, what is truth? But at least we might still go back to a point where there might be something that sounds like truth that we can all say is true, even if we want to have philosophical discussions about the objectivity of truth. But at least something we can agree to. No, that actually happened. Okay, I'm talking about the election. Sorry. Yeah. But thanks for sharing that, Noddy. Joyce. Yeah, doing the daily Bible study on the Methodist app. Yes, so if you have an iPhone, I'm not sure if it's out for Android yet. It may be. It didn't used to be, but Methodist Church app. Then the daily Bible study, and you will, as Joyce will now rumble, the moments when I sound like I know what I'm talking about and almost say something theologically appropriate. It's because I've read the Methodist Bible study app as well. Oh dear. Yes, learning by rereading some of your favourite Rob Bell stuff. If folk have not come across Rob Bell and you want to, wherever you are in terms of faith, Christianity, spirituality, whatever, you just want to engage with a really good communicator who doesn't necessarily, I think what I love about him, he is a fantastic communicator, and it's short and it's snappy and it's punchy. Check him out on YouTube, Numa, is it N-U-U-M-A or N-U-M-A? But Rob Bell, YouTube, check him out. Yeah, somebody who's not had an easy ride in terms of being who he is in the context of certain elements of the church in America where he has been because of his sexuality. But someone I think who is a bit of a prophet in a foretelling kind of way for these times, and someone who, is I think full of wisdom to help us reflect, not with pat answers, but just engaging with the issues, inviting us to engage with the issues, but always leaving me with a sense of hope. So that's really cool. Cheers, Tim. And yes, like Tim, I am also growing by not eating curry necessarily, but just eating. Cool. Yeah, learning and growing and discovering and connecting with God more through the internet. That's awesome. Thanks, Nigel. And with Noddy and all stateside, we pray for peace this week, and especially on the 20th. Yeah. Amen. So, for those who may not have heard Aaron V. Graham's He Will Rock You rock show last night at www.cornerstonechristianradio.com. I thought I'd share this. Consider this your sermon for the day. This is the Metal Methodist segment, filling in every other week for Pastor Bob Beeman from America, filling in every other week at the minute for him. And so this is the Metal Methodist segment from last night's He Will Rock You show, which is online at cornerstonechristianradio.com, but is also out through many secular and Christian radio stations in the US. If they go over there and want to find it, but yeah, good music. But here's the thing from last night as we reflect on perhaps some of the stuff we're sharing, and inner peace for ourselves, physical peace for so many in the world, and physical safety in terms of not just coronavirus, but thinking of refugees, thinking of those political unrest, thinking of Uganda as well. So I offer this.
The Festival of Epiphany was on the 6th of January this year. It recalls the visit of the Magi, astronomers, scientists, academics from modern-day Syria. And maybe the COVID-19 global pandemic reminds us just how much we need scientists, wherever they're from. The Magi had an epiphany, a moment of sudden and great realisation. Their epiphany was that the good news of God in Jesus applied to them, foreigners, non-Jews, people outside of the mainstream expectations of who God's people were. And so, to and for anyone who has ever felt on the edge or outside. This epiphany gets into me as I'm searching for sanctuary, a place, a space that's safe for me, for all humanity, wherever we're from, whatever we've done, somewhere until the kingdom comes, a place to call home, wherever we may roam. For the world is burning, and my thoughts keep returning to a God who is with us, a God who is one of us. In my personal hell, Emmanuel, may I know it well. For all the secrets we've kept, for all those we deny and select, for all those who feel unworthy of respect, Jesus wept. So may our hearts be a place of sanctuary for all who need us, for refuge, Jesus, until that day comes when darkness and light are one, for love has already won. So what do you bring to and offer to God in 2021?
So other things this evening that we want to bring as and for prayer, I invite you just to put those in comments, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube, hello YouTube, or on Twitter, or if you're watching this sometime in the future, and stuff on your mind and heart and just getting to you and things in the world you want to share, we will respond. And so, Witch Hazel news. I can play some Witch Hazel while we put our comments in for prayer. witchhazel.bandcamp.com, which I still have my... there it is. Yeah, this banner here. Just edited it. Stupid boy. Witchhazel.bandcamp.com. Witch Hazel have made available in digital format at witchhazel.bandcamp.com the demo and their EP, first EP, which have, unless you bought them the first time around in physical copy, have not been available. So they are available now. So I'm going to play something from the demo, which is called The Truth, 2-track demo. And Mr. Colin Hendra, multi-instrumentalist that he is, literally sings and plays everything on this track. Please do share things you're going to pray for this evening as we enjoy some Witch Hazel and The Truth, speaking about the current president. There we go. So let's pray. So thanks, Gisela. So pray for Sean and his Let's Worship team ministering in America. As I mentioned earlier, pray for all those certainly in the Methodist Church of Great Britain and some folk from overseas who are offering to minister in this country, who are in the process of being told where they are, God and conference and Methodist conference, the decision-making body, willing and having visits. So prayers for those individuals, their families, the churches and places who might be receiving them and sharing a ministry together. For those recovering from procedures this week and still awaiting results for the transition in America. As Noddy said, for peace, during that, especially on the 20th. And for Uganda, I know the kind of declaration has been made. I know Bobby Wine is kind of saying perhaps there's some lots of good stuff gone on. Who knows? I don't know. But again, prayers for peace and for justice and for democracy, and that people will have a voice, whatever that voice is. And that there's respect for what, please God, will be found to be a just process. And again, just for all of us continuing through lockdowns and various responses to COVID in various countries, for those who are making decisions and for those especially on the front line in the NHS, in schools, in shops, drivers, security guards, people manning car parks in vaccination centres, people driving the blessed vaccines, flying the vaccines, all of that. Let's pray. All of our prayers to a God who hears us even before we ask what is on our hearts and knows our deepest needs, even before perhaps we're aware of what they really truly are, and who, in mercy and in love, hears us.
To the one in whom all people and all creation have their being, may your kingdom come, your will be done, as above, so below. Sustain us for this day. Show us grace as we seek to show grace to those we feel have wronged us. Save us from the worst that is within us and within this world. For the kingdom, the power and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen.
So just going to extend a little bit tonight because there's quite a lot to get through, as well as our fellowship and encouragement and faith for each other. As I said, news this week. So news from Witch Hazel, they are receiving some interesting instruments for some sort of experimental stuff, writing new songs, but they've also reissued digital format their EP, The Truth, which we heard a song from a moment ago, and also their first EP at witchhazel.bandcamp.com. So this is Surrender from their EP Surrender.
Calling you, oh, and I'm shifting the lane.
So apologies to Colin. I got that completely wrapped around my head, didn't I? Surrender is the demo. The demo is called Surrender, and it has that song, Surrender, hopefully with demo in brackets. I realised the error of my ways. And The Truth has the song The Truth on, and that's the EP. So, yes, so it's that one, Surrender, that had Colin playing and singing and doing everything. Wow. But before we do send each other, just invite us to surrender, as encouraged by Colin, to just surrender to peace and calm, and ultimately to the universal force of love that I call God, and maybe you do too, or the divine, or the other, whatever, that is at work and that is there to refresh us and heal us and equip us. And we do that as we share in some lovely music, more music. Catherine, if you're around, this is genuinely gentle all the way through. Some more from Ecclesia and the EP Witch-Finding Metal of Doom. I'm not going to try and pronounce this because I did 6 weeks of Latin at university, and didn't get on with it very well. But yeah, take a moment. When it starts working.
May the peace of the All-Parent be ours this night, and with all people and all creation in the time that is to come.
And so I also promised an unboxing of something from Detritus. This, if I tell you, this has come from Norway. It is stamped Nordic Mission. Hello, Marcus. Hello, Paul. Thank you. Never mind who's at the door. What's inside? What's inside? Comes with a free post-it note from Paul. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Best wishes for the new year. Thank you, Paul. And same to you, my friend, and to Marcus and all the team at Nordic Mission. You may remember a while back, I managed to get hold of, having broken my tape, the second album, If But For One, by Detritus on CD. And I've been looking for it for the best part of 20 years, since 1993. and I found it at Nordic Mission. And then, knowing they got a first album, that wasn't there at the time, but then it appeared. So this is Detritus's first album. Did I imagine, did Aaron play something by Detritus on Friday last night? So this album is called Perpetual Defiance. If you are a fan of Detritus, then not only is this available on CD, it is also available at nordicmission.net on vinyl. So going to enjoy uploading and playing that after this. But also, dear friends, after 20 odd years, Detritus left us wanting so much more. They went off and did various other things, not least becoming a vicar. But Detritus are imminently about to release their first album for 20 years, and you can pre-order it on vinyl, a load of other merchandise. The place to go is detritusofficial.com. So for back catalogue stuff, nordicmission.net is a place to go for Detritus to pre-order their new album, brand new album after 20 years. UK thrash metal, but there's bits of all sorts in there. I don't think you can put them in a box really, but just thank you God, can't wait. Detritusofficial.com is a place to go to for that, and so looking forward to hearing that. So big love and shout out to respect to Detritus, all the traps in Detritus. Also follow them on Facebook. I've tagged them in this tonight's Compline, so if you follow that, click that link above, that'll take you to their information. That will also take you through to Witch Hazel, and also Ecclesia. It's nice to play some music from France post-Brexit, I feel. So thank you, Ecclesia, for your music and your critique of social and church history. Lessons to be learned, people. Lessons to be learned. You're welcome, Joyce. Hi, sir. Are you all right? So I think that is actually it. We've gone in over an hour. Sorry. So if you are not able to be in a physical church building tomorrow for worship and you want to go live, there's nothing near you. I do wonder if that had a hand in it, actually, if Terry Pratchett might have some sort of influence there, actually, in the I don't know them at all, so them as people, whether they, I don't know, but yes, as the world keeps spinning on the back of a turtle. If you are around tomorrow, then I will be posting links here and on our Facebook page, my Facebook page, and for St Paul's, Appinall and Colaston Methodist churches. Tomorrow is a very special Sunday. We are live streaming from the Johnfield Parish Church, St John the Baptist, with my colleague, the Reverend Peter Bold, vicar of this parish and the Cure of Souls, and the Reverend Andy Gore of Extremely Loud Shirts, a sense of humour, probably more bonkers than mine. And I mean that in love, Andy. And our newly arrived back in Johnfield, the Reverend Ian Webb, back from Edwin Stowe, will be sharing in a United Covenant service for the Week of Prayer for Christian Unity. So that'll be streaming live at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So no Zoom, no stream at 10:30, 10 o'clock tomorrow. And if you've got anything better to do, you're very welcome. Obviously, it'll be there later on for you to kind of follow and watch at your leisure and pleasure. Not to watch, to worship through and with later on in the day, depending where you are and if that's of any help. And if it's not, then that's fine. Just ignore me. That's fine. So, blisters. I forgot to say the notices before I did the notices, didn't I? Okay, retrospective for Detritus and for Witch Hazel, the notices. And now, blisters and others. Let us sway, sway. Sway with me, metal Compline. Sway with me, metal Compline. Hello, Henrik. Hope you're okay.